The request for a pickup came through just like they always do for Farmy Aiden, who's been out driving the streets of Minneapolis for nearly a month. I was doing a Lyft. Something he says he loved doing until Saturday afternoon. I almost died. Today. When he showed up at a pickup location near 52nd and Queen Avenue North in the Shingle Creek neighborhood to find his would-be passengers armed and ready to take advantage of what police are calling a crime of opportunity.
Exactly why I never signed up to be a taxi driver, a Lyft driver, or an Uber driver. That was a man that got attacked. I'm not saying anything about women being the lesser sex, but what I am saying is women are targeted a lot more frequently than men because we're seen as easier prey to, or easier to victimize. That's how it's seen that way.
Bang them to, like, don't show me, please.
Aiden says 2 men got out of a black Jeep, which police say was reported stolen.
He opened the car and then, pulled the gun out, and his friend came after him, and he had a gun too.
With no specific instructions to a destination, just a list of demands.
So he asked me, to confirm who I am here for. He was saying, do you have money? Do you have money?
Before demanding access to his cell phone.
They forced me to change my password, and then they took off with my wallet.
So I didn't pick that to be any sort of job that I wanted to do. Hella tips if you get people that aren't going to try to kill you, you know? Pretty legit. You don't got to worry about, being robbed or anything like that.
Police say in many of these cases, the request for a ride is coming from a stolen cell phone, and when the driver shows up, they're then blocked in by a group of armed individuals, and in many of these cases, the drivers have been assaulted, even pistol whipped.
I don't want to deal with all that.
He, banged the gun on my face. Don't talk.
Fortunately, Aiden did live to speak about it.
Thank God. Alhamdulillah.
And as for the job he's grown to love,
I don't think it's safe to drive Lyft anymore.
Shouldn't there be a feature on the app that, the driver can have a button right up top, like emergency, and push that button to signal that the driver is feeling like he's in an emergency, like they're gonna get accosted or something like that. Kind of like they have at the gas station, where if you're getting robbed and you got the under the table thing. I mean, I know in certain circumstance your phone might get taken right away, or you don't want them to see you push that button, but there could be circumstance where if he already saw the pistol before the gentleman got to the car, lock the door, push the button type of shit, and then if he obviously points the gun at you, maybe he didn't see you push that button. There needs to be some sort of other security for chauffeurs, but there also needs to be more security and background checking these rideshare individuals, because your chauffeur could be, it's the same thing as hitchhiking. Your chauffeur could be up to nefarious activities as well. So, I mean, you run the risk of sticking your thumb out, getting in the car with Edwin Gacy or whatever his name is, Jeffrey Dahmer. You could have got in the car with him. He could have got in your car. So I guess it stands to be reviewed in this industry for more safety. But I feel like at this point, the
motto is, you rolled the dice when you made the call. Or sent the invite on the e-thing, or signed up for it. Signed up for the ride. You rolled the dice when you signed up for the ride. Sorry.
But I do agree there should be more security measures. That poor kid. He's probably shit his pants. Sometimes it's actually hard to find a Lyft, an Uber, or anything at any given time. I wonder how this Minneapolis crime rate with the Uber and the Lyft drivers being accosted or robbed, I wonder how that's going to affect the percentage of them quitting their jobs and not even being in the chauffeur industry at all. Some of them, maybe they'll service the outside areas of Minneapolis instead because maybe they'll feel safer. And some of them are just going to quit altogether and say, or maybe some of them will keep their jobs. But I think, some of them will quit. Just say, like this guy, he's like, yeah, I almost died, so I'm not going to be driving anybody anymore. Fuck that. They made him change the passes on his stuff. So they basically identity thefted it. Like, did identity theft on top of robbery, armed robbery, I should say. Wow. All because a man was like, yeah, I'm going to be a Lyft driver. I'm going to try to help people get to their destinations that can't have a vehicle or, there's no taxis. The people who drive that have good intentions, I should say. The good people who are trying to be chauffeurs are just trying to help people get from point A to point B. And the good people who need these rides that don't rob people are going to be affected by this. Because I guarantee you, this isn't just happening in the Midwest, in Minnesota. We can look around the whole country and see. I bet California's got some pretty nice stories about Lyft drivers and either the Lyft driver being sketchy or the customer being sketchy.
Goes along the same lines as Craigslist and all that kind of stuff. It's the same structure. Same structure. They have a boss, but they don't have a boss. Like, you don't meet anybody, ever. If you want to be a Uber or a Lyft driver, I think you just have to email them all your stuff and be like, yep, I got a license. Here you go. So now, is this going to also impact?
I have to check. Do they do background checks on Lyft and Uber drivers? Because I don't think I actually signed up. I signed up for DoorDash. And I never did it. I signed up to be a dasher. I never dashed.
Not one dash. Nada.
I need more coffee in my life. I have not had coffee. I need some coffee after all that. Today I'm brewing Javalia. But it's a different flavor. It's the Colombian one. The other one was house blend. This is Javalia.
Colombia, medium, 100% Arabica coffee. Ground. It's rich, bold, and aromatic, is what they say. So this is the ground. I did not get whole bean, as I do like some in whole bean, but we've discussed the noise level of the grinder. We have talked about how this coffee was founded in Javale, Sweden. Javale, Sweden. Javalia is renowned for quality and craft. 100%
Arabica beans are carefully slow roasted and snap cooled to lock their full flavor and aroma. Perfectly cared for coffee, so you can enjoy the perfect cup.
This better taste good. So far, Peace Coffee is my number one. Sorry, Javalia. You do come in at a close third, maybe.
But Peace Coffee is on my list on the top right now. Because I love so much coffee and try so much coffee that could change at any moment. But Peace Coffee. I love Javalia too. That's why okay, we won't let Peace Coffee steal Javalia's sunshine here. Okay.
Colombia, grown and picked from the rich soil high in the Colombia countryside. This bright, 100% Colombian roast is exponentially rich and smooth. Whew. I cannot wait to try some after hearing all of this stuff. Oh, this is telling you how to unfold the tab and roll the top and pull the bag apart to squeeze out the air and roll down the bag and fold the closure tab. It's good.
As far as being bold, like, it's a little forward, but I wouldn't call it bold. If I elevated it by putting another scoop in, it would be more bold. My cup is more forward than bold. So La Palma is still burning.